Good Monday morning, friends. How are you? I hope you're doing well. It is almost 70 degrees outside right now. Ooh, it's so excited. So we decided because it's so warm, we're going to build a fire and grill some hamburgers out on the fire because they're just delicious. Brock wanted homemade French fries, so I'm going to do those. I haven't done those in years. And I'm going to do some baked beans. And for dessert, since I did make one yesterday, we are going to have homemade banana pudding. I'm not talking from a box. I'm talking about we are going to make it all from scratch. I've never done this before, so we're going to do it together. Grab a seat, grab a pen and paper if you want this recipe, and let's get started. So here is what you will need. 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 1/4 a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 a cup of flour, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We have, I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 beaten eggs. 3 beaten eggs, 3 cups of milk, okay? 4 bananas, and your vanilla wafers. So those are your basic ingredients that we're gonna do. I'm gonna pull the camera over to the stove so you can see what we're gonna do to make the pudding part. I'm excited. I hope this turns out. Okay, we're at the stove. I know this is a weird, hard angle, but I wanted you to see how to do this. So we're going to turn the stove on to a medium heat. Mine is low through 10, so I've got it set for 5. So we're going to put in the sugar. We're going to put in the salt. And we're going to put in that 1/4 cup of flour. Give that a whisk really quickly, just to combine it. And now we're going to whisk in our 3 cups of milk. Well, maybe if I don't spill all of it. Good grief, Krista. Give that a good whisk. We don't want any lumps in our flour. Looks like I've got it there. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this cook until it starts to thicken up. And then we will reduce the heat and let it cook for another 2 minutes. This is going to be our pudding part of our banana pudding. All right. I'll be right back as this starts to thicken up so you don't have to sit here and watch the pot boil. Okay, our pudding mixture is starting to thicken up. We're at a frothy level. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn it down to a simmer, and we're going to let it simmer for 2 minutes. You can see here, I've got a spoon here. It's starting to thicken up. It's what you want. I had it set on about 5.5. I set a timer so I could let you know. So about the 6 or 7 minute mark is where we're starting to get thickened up here. So now we're going to reduce our heat to a low simmer, and we're going to let this simmer for about 2 minutes. I'm going to set a timer so I don't forget. Well, maybe here. Oh, for pity's sakes, I'm having a day today. Anyway, we're going to set a timer for 2 minutes, and then I'll be back to show you our next step. Okay, our 2 minutes is up, and this is what it looks like. About the consistency of condensed milk, which I'm pretty sure this is probably what we just made. So we're going to remove it from the heat. And we've got our 3 beaten eggs here. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some of this hot liquid in with the egg. This is so that those eggs do not curdle. Not to be confused with girdle. Might need a girdle after this banana pudding. So we're going to add some of that hot liquid in with these beaten eggs. Let's add a little bit more just to be safe. Go. Give those a stir here. Looks like we're going to be good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this back on the stove. We're going to turn up the heat back to 5. We're going to whisk in our egg mixture. There we go. We're going to get all that whisk in. We're going to bring it to a soft boil. So I wouldn't turn it up any higher than 5. Really starting to thicken up like pudding now. Oh, this is exciting, friends. See how simple this is? Who knew? I didn't know. Maybe you did. I didn't. There we go. Got some smoke because I got to... Okay, so it said to bring it up to a soft boil. And then once we do that, a gentle boil, soft boil, however, once it comes to that, we're going to cook it for about 2 minutes. So it looks like we're at a soft boil. I'm going to set the timer again for 2 minutes. And then I'll be back and show you what else we're going to do after that. It's coming together, friends. We're doing it. Look at us. Look at us shine. Friends, I just want to show you, we've got about 17 seconds left on the clock. Look how nice and thick this pudding mixture has become. Now, I stayed right here with it and consistently whisked it here so that it didn't stick, it didn't curdle, and we're going to have a beautiful pudding. Time's up. We're going to remove it from the heat. And we're going to add in those 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Oh, friends. I mean, look at that. Proud as punch. We did it, friends. The first step here. All right, I'm going to move my camera. And then we're going to talk about the next steps we're going to do. I'll be back. Okay, so it says to let the pudding mixture cool for 15 minutes. So we will do that. I will set a timer. I like to set timers because I fashion myself as a multitasker. So while this is cooling, I will do the dishes for making this and some other things. So that way I don't lose track of time. I always set a timer because I'm getting at that age. I forget stuff. So my dad always made banana pudding, and I've been thinking about my dad a lot, and it stands to reason. His birthday's this month. It's the 23rd. He passed on. It'll be 8 years in August onto his next life, and he was such an amazing cook, and we would laugh because sometimes during the week we'd call each other, and we made the same thing, and we were really in tune with one another, and he was my best friend. But I miss him every day. Baby, he's an amazing cook. And I would call him, and like on Saturday, and I would say, we had Sunday dinner together, and I'd say, you know what sounds good? And I would tell him. He'd say, yeah, that does sound good. And then he would cook it for me. It was kind of sneaky, wasn't it? But he didn't have to do it, but he did because I was a baby girl. But he made our banana pudding all the time. He loved vanilla wafers. Sometimes Mom would have to hide the box from him because he would eat these where they could get the pudding made. Now, I never asked him if he made homemade pudding or if he used box, but I am impressed with this. I mean, look at that. I have never, ever made pudding, and I can't believe, I'm almost 54 years old, and I've never done it. But that's the beauty of cooking and learning things. Probably when I was younger, I didn't have the time nor the interest to make homemade pudding. Let's be real. I was a busy mom, busy business owner. Got a little time now that I got I'm a little long in the tooth, as they say. But you know what? I'm going to have to try this pudding. Oh, look at her jiggle. Look at that. Look at that, friends. It's still warm, friends. That is amazing. Oh my goodness. This is going to make it an amazing banana pudding. Oh, I'm glad Brock's not here because he loves pudding. He will eat this whole pan. So I'm glad he's not home right now. All right, so while this is cooling, we're just going to start with our first layer so you can see what we're going to do here. So we've got our box of vanilla wafers. had these little throwaway pans, and I was like, why not? It's my day off. Why not use them? Use up what I have. We're going to line our pan here with these little cookies, our vanilla wafers. Wonder if they weren't allowed to use the word vanilla. I bet, maybe. So they had to call them Nilla wafers. Oh, right there's the recipe for banana pudding. Pretty close to what we did. Huh. Well, interesting. Anyway, there you go. If you want a recipe, there's one on the side of the vanilla if you want one different than mine, but it's pretty close to the one I used. We're going to line these all up with the cookies. Now, this is something you want to make ahead because it needs to sit. So if you're having, you know, either the night before or like us, it's a little bit after noon here, after 12 o'clock. I'm not sure when we'll eat. Everybody had things to do today. So you want to give it at least 4 hours in the fridge, okay? All right, so I got four nanners here. Now, let me tell you what. These bananas I got at the store, they were not really that ripe. But I found the best ones I could. So we're going to get some bananas here. Now, I personally love a lot of bananas in mine. Because it's banana pudding. You got to have the bananas. So you can do what you want. We're kind of building this like lasagna. Okay? So we're going to go through, I'm going to cover this with the bananas. Got to pay the tax. I love bananas. All right. I'm just going to keep covering these with bananas here. We're going to do 2 layers. So once the pudding cools, I will come in with the pudding and cover this layer, and then I'll repeat the same thing with the vanilla wafers and the bananas. All right, so I will see you in a few minutes when this delicious pudding mixture gets cool. We are back. I've given this pudding about 20 minutes to cool. I did the dishes and cleaned up the kitchen. So here we have our first layer of those vanilla wafers. I put in 3 bananas because I like bananas. You can use whatever you want. We're going to layer this 3 times. So you want to make sure you have enough pudding for each layer. So don't get too crazy. I know it's tempting. So we're just going to do a nice even layer over this first batch here. This smells so good. Now listen, if you hate bananas or banana pudding, at least make this pudding and try it. Serve it cold with some Cool Whip or something. You will not regret this delicious pudding. All right, there we go. There's our first layer. I think that's good. Now we're going to go back in and we're going to build it again. We're going to do a layer of those wafers. Looks like somebody took a bite out of that one. It was not me. Maybe the little elves that make it. Go. Second layer in. I love when we have sunny days like this and we have a day off. It's just so nice. Oh, all right. We're going in with some more bananas. Go. We're just going to cut those right along there. You can get all fancy and line them up. That's up to you. Go. that was 2 bananas here. I probably will do a third like I did the other. Sure, let's go one more. Why not? Live on the edge, friends. I mean, hey, it's banana pudding. You've got to have bananas. I asked Elena's here, Mason's girlfriend. She has never had banana pudding. She doesn't recall. This child of mine, well, she is mine, I guess. Mason loves her, I love her. Anyway, I do love her. But she's one of those chicken strip french fry girls. But I will have to say this about her. She tries everything. She's willing to try anything. She's never had asparagus. She eats asparagus. She liked it. She eats everything I cook, she eats. She doesn't fuss. She doesn't ask me to fix her anything different. So I do love that about her. So she gets quite the culinary treats here of lots of things she's never had before. Okay, there we go. Our last layer is this pudding. Let's get it all on there. Oh, friends. Now, I think I will, as a treat, leave Brock a little tiny bowl just to sample. Not much. I want it all on this banana pudding. That is fantastic. Now, if you want to Cool Whip, we never did Cool Whip growing up. This is all that we did was the bananas and the wafers. So I'm going to leave Brock. There's probably just, there's just a little bowl full in there for you. So I'm going to leave it just like this. I'm going to put it in the fridge. Now, right before I serve it, I'll come back and I'll show you. I'm going to crush up some of these vanilla wafers and put on top, but I don't want them to get mushy. So there you have it. Our first batch of homemade, old school banana pudding. Look at us. How simple was that? You have more than likely all of these ingredients in your pantry. Now I had to go out and get these. I don't have those in my pantry. And it's so simple. We know exactly what's in it. There's no preservatives. There's no add-ins. There's no extra sugar. You might be able to even make this with stevia or Truvia. I don't know. I didn't think about that till just now. And there you have it. Simple. Some of these old school recipes that my grandma did. We really need to, I really want to learn how to do and know how to do, so they don't have to run out to the store and get a box of that vanilla pudding when I could just whip it up from things I have here in my own house. All right, we're gonna go let that cool, and then we'll be back tonight when we get ready to dish it up. I cannot wait to try it all together with the bananas and the wafers. Oh, friends. Friends, here is that beautiful homemade banana pudding from scratch. I cannot think of a better way to end our cookout than with this. Let's dig right in. I did crush some of those vanilla wafers on top. I'm gonna scoop some out here onto my plate. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to give this a try. Friends, absolutely fantastic and delicious. Try it. Easter's coming up. My dad always made banana pudding or upside down cake for Easter. This would be a great dish to have at Easter anytime. A Monday. All right, friends. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you make some banana pudding from scratch. It's not as hard as we thought, now was it? All right, friends. Thanks. Have a blessed day.